Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the righteous men of great millstone who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. And salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men of Yasharallah and the 1/3 men, women, and children of Yasharallah. Shalom. This is your brother Shamya coming back at you one more time from the Great Millstone held in the Montana camp. And we just gonna jump right into it. We ain't gonna waste no more time. And we always like to make a disclaimer. We are not a hate group and we are not an extremist group. We are a truth group and we only bring out the truth according to the Bible, according to the word of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now, this lesson, I ain't gonna make it too long. This lesson, I'm gonna title this lesson, The Patriarchy of Israel. Okay? A lot of people, especially a lot of women, okay, that they claim that they believe in the Bible and believe in the Lord, we know it's a lot of false doctrines out there in regards to the scriptures. As a matter of fact, I mean, we here at Great Millstone, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, we humbly know that we have the 144% truth. So a lot of these people that have these other false doctrines, they'll tell us that we don't have the truth and we teach a false doctrine. So, I mean, look, just like we say, we ain't doing these lessons for everybody. We only do these lessons for the elect of Yasharallah, right? And the 1/3 men, women, and children of Yasharallah, okay? To hell with these other heathen ass nations. But and a lot of people, especially a lot of women, they claim they know the Bible, they claim they know the scriptures, but yet they, deep down inside, they know that this book, the Holy Bible, I'm reading out the Holy Bible, okay? They know deep down inside that this book is a patriarchal book. It's a patriarchal book, okay? This is back in the ancient times when everything was in order, when the men was on top, the men was running everything, and the women were under the men. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't equal. And a lot of people, especially a lot of women, they don't want to hear this. But the Bible is a patriarchal book. And like I said before, in the ancient time, everything was in order. See, we live in this society now where nothing is in order. The women are masculine, the men are effeminate, the women want to be men, the men want to be women. You know what I'm saying? It's all out of order. It's out of course. This society, everything is upside down. But the good news is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, in these last days, he's bringing things back in order. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is putting his spirit on his Israelite servants, his men, his sons, to have that, to come back into that manly, masculine state. You know what I'm saying? That patriarchal state. That patriarchal state, okay? And this is what we want. This is what we need. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is a patriarchal book. You know what I'm saying? It's not a matriarchal book. It's a patriarchal book. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of these people that, especially these women, these wicked ass women, we ain't talking about the righteous women. Because we know it's a lot of these wicked ass women that will twist our words to try to make it seem like we saying something that we're clearly not. We're just bringing the truth out, the facts. The Bible is a patriarchal book. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors, they were in order. The men were on top. They were the head, right? They were the leaders, the protectors, the teachers. And the women were under the men, being submissive to the men, being obedient to their husbands, right? But like I said, this society that we live in now is not like that. So let's jump into this lesson real quick, just to prove that this book, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, the elders, apostles, great millstone, the Lord set up, we're going to prove that this book is a patriarchal book. Now, first thing when I want to do, I Googled the word patriarchy, okay? Patriarchy, that's Patriarchy, RCHY, patriarchy. I Googled it. It's just, all you got to do is simply just Google the word patriarchy and it'll let you know. This is the definition for patriarchy. It says a system of society or government, just like I said in the beginning of the lesson, the society that we live in now, this ain't no patriarchal society. This is a society that caters to women. You know what I'm saying? This is the Google the word for patriarchy. A system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and doesn't, let me read it again. A system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. When you go into the Old Testament, and even the first chapter to Matthew chapter 1 and verse 1, it gives you the whole genealogy, the patriarchs. It doesn't name any women. It only gives you the genealogy through the male. That's like what we just read here, right here. Patriarchy, a system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent. See the descent, the genealogy. That's Matthew 1 and 1. You go back into the Old Testament when they give you the book of the Kings, like First Kings, right? Second Kings, it gives you the kings, the males, the men, the kings. Chronicles, it gives you the chronological. It gives you the chronological order of the male, how that this male begot this male begot that male. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go into that too. This is a patriarchal book, and this is what we love and like to hear. That this book is basically how the Lord is dealing with his men. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with his men. The scriptures even say it. You know, the Lord said, you know what I'm saying? In the scriptures, it says the sheep of his flock are men. The Lord said, gird up thy loins like a man. The Lord didn't say, gird up thy loins like a woman. He said, gird up thy loins like a man. Show thyself a man. This is, let's go to Acts chapter 22 and verse 3. And all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hallelujah. Okay? Let me read this real quick. This is Matthew chapter 22 and verse 3. Okay? I'm going to start at verse 3 and read down to verse 4. Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 2. It says this. Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 1. Okay? This is Paul speaking. It says this. Men, brethren, and fathers. The first word he said right here was men. Men, brethren, and fathers, hear ye my defense which I make now unto you. And when they heard that he spake in the Hebrew tongue, that shows you that he was speaking only to his people. These were Israelites that he was speaking to. In the Hebrew tongue to them they kept the more silence, and he saith, verse 3, I am verily a man which am a Jew. So we know that Paul was a Jew, okay, an Israelite. It says born in Tarshish, right? So he was an Israelite born in Tarshish. So he wasn't a heathen. It says a city in Cilicia, yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught under to the perfect manner of the law of the fathers, and was zealous toward Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as ye all are this day. Acts chapter 22 and verse 23 in the Holman Christian Standard Bible translation, it says, he continued, I am a Jewish man, born of Tarshish, of Cilicia, but brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and educated according to the strict view of our patriarchal law. And what do we read about patriarchy? A system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. according to the strict view of our patriarchal law. I'm going to read it one more time. Acts chapter 22 and verse 3, Holman Christian Standard Bible. He continued, I am a Jewish man born of Tarshish of Cilicia, but brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel and educated according to the strict view of our patriarchal law. That word patriarchal, it says relating to or characteristic of a patriarch. Relating to or characteristic of a system of society or government controlled by men. See, we live in this society now where they try to make it seem, when they know these women really, they know deep down inside that nothing can go right if this society wasn't controlled by men. These women they have a panic attack when they when they can't even change a tire on a car. I need a man to do this for me. What do they call AAA? And who comes? A man. When the electricity goes off, who comes to turn back on the power? A man. Let's go to Romans chapter 9 and verse. Now in this society, of course, they got you can get taught. A woman can get taught like how to be an electrician and everything. But at the end of the day, that's a job for a man. That's why the majority of these women are bugged out. Because they try so hard to be a man and do the job of a man, that now they're just more bugged out more than ever before. We see all these videos that they be doing on TikTok and Instagram and all this social media. They're through. I need a man now. I need a man. I'm getting sick and tired of this independent shit. I need a man. That's what we hearing. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 5. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Hallelujah. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 5. It reads this. This is one of my favorite chapters. I'm going to just get to the point. I'm going to read verse 3 on down. This is Paul speaking again in the New Testament. For I could wish that myself were accursed from a Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai power and the promises. Verse 5, whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 5. In the Amplified Version translation, it reads, to them belong the patriarchs. See, in the King James Version, it says, whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh Hamashiach came. Amplified in Romans 9 and 5 says, to them belong the patriarchs. We read Acts 22 and 3, and it say nothing about the women, or it didn't say nothing about the matriarch. It didn't say nothing about the matriarch. You Google the word, matter of fact, you go in the Blue Letter, in many of the study tools. You go into the Bible Gateway, you go into Knowing Jesus Bible tool. I hate saying that word, but that's the name of the website. You go into knowingjesus.com, and that's another supplement tool you can use. You type in the word matriarch, it doesn't exist. You go into the Blue Letter, it'll say it doesn't exist. You go into the Bible Gateway, it'll say it doesn't exist. But when you type in and it gives you the patriarch or patriarchy or patriarchal, it will give you the definition, proving and showing that this is a patriarch book. Romans chapter 9 and verse 5 in the Amplified, again it says, to them belong the patriarchs. Romans 11 and 28. Romans 11 and 28. Romans 11 and 28. It reads, matter of fact, I'm gonna read I'm gonna read verse 27. It reads this. This is in the New Testament. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it up to the camera too to show you that the Romans the 11th chapter is concerning Yahweh Bashem Yahushai dealing with his people, Israel. It says right there, God's covenant with Israel. It didn't say God's covenant with Israel and the other nations. But anyway, that's another lesson. But this is Romans chapter 11 and verse 27. It reads, "For this is my covenant." So we know who the Lord is speaking to. He's speaking to his people. It says, "For this is my covenant unto them." Who them? What them? We just read the title, God's covenant with Israel. Romans chapter 11 verse 27. "For this is my covenant with them when I shall take away their sins." Personal pronoun. That's the sins of Israel. Verse 28, "As concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sakes." This is Romans chapter 11, verse 28. In the complete Jewish Bible, it says this: "But with respect to being chosen, they are loved for the patriarch's sake." Read it again. Romans chapter 11, verse 28, complete Jewish Bible translation. It says, "But with respect to being chosen, they are loved for the patriarch's sake." Why didn't it say patriarch and matriarch's sake? No, because this is a patriarchal book. It's dealing with through the man. This is what the Lord is dealing with his people through the man, the men. Romans chapter 11, verse 28, complete Jewish Bible translation. "But with respect to being chosen, they are loved for the patriarch's sake." Romans 15 and 8, this is what it reads. Romans 15 and 8, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, hallelujah. This is Romans chapter 15 and verse 8. I'm going to read verse 7. It says, "Where receive ye one another as Hamashiach also received us to the glory of Yahweh," right? It says, verse 8, "Now I say that Yahushua Mashiach was a minister of the circumcision for the truth of power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to confirm the promises made unto the fathers." Whose fathers is talking about? We know it's talking about the fathers of Israel, Yasharallah. Hey, it says it right here. It says, Romans chapter 15 and verse 8, complete Jewish Bible translation. It says, "For I say, the Messiah became a servant of the Jewish people in order to show God's truthfulness by making good his promises to the patriarchs." Got to read that definition one more time for patriarch. Patriarch, right here. Google. Patriarchy, a system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. Okay, now this is Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. It reads, okay, it says, and this is in the New Testament too. Why don't they never read this? Why don't these wacky tacky Christians never read this verse? It says, this is Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. It reads this. This is in the Bible, in the New Testament. "And he gave him the covenant of circumcision," right? "And so Abraham begot Isaac." See, Abraham was a man. He begot Isaac, who was his son, who was a man. Abraham begot Isaac and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begot Jacob. See, Isaac had a son named Jacob. Jacob was a man. And Jacob begot the 12. What does that word say right there? The 12 patriarchs. Now, here's my question. Why didn't it say, because Jacob did have a daughter named Dinah, so why didn't it mention her in this right here? It just mentioned Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs. It didn't say Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs and the matriarch Dinah. It just says Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs. But then guess what? Acts chapter 7 and verse 8, on the bottom of my page, look at what it says go to. Because a lot of these wacky tacky Christians say that the Old Testament is done away with and we don't have to worry about it. So why are they quoting, why is Acts chapter 7 verse 8 telling us to go to Genesis chapter 17 verse 9 to 14 and Genesis 21 verse 1 to 5 and Genesis chapter 25 verse 21 to 26. But what we're going to do is get this one. Genesis chapter 25 verse 21 to 26. So let's go to actually, you know what? No, let's go to Genesis chapter 35. Genesis chapter 35 verse 22 to 26. Genesis chapter 35 verse 22 to 36. And this is what it reads, because remember, Acts chapter 7 verse 8 told us to go to Genesis chapter 35 verse 22 to 26. This is Genesis chapter 35 verse 22 to 26. It reads, "And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. Again, it didn't mention Dinah. Why didn't it mention Dinah? Because it goes through the male. We're going to read it again. It says, matter of fact, it said, and now the sons of Jacob were 12. But I'm going to keep reading. Verse 23, the sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. Verse 24, the sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. Verse 25, and the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan, and Naphtali. Now here's the key point right here. Verse 26, and the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad, and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padanaram. Again, it said these are the sons of Jacob. Because remember, Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. What does it say again? We're gonna read it one more again. Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. It says, and he gave him the covenant of circumcision, and so Abraham begot Isaac and circumcised him on the 8th day, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs. Acts chapter 7 verse 8 tells us to go to Genesis chapter 35 verse 22 to 26. And that's what's one of the precepts, but I want to bring that precept up because in Genesis chapter 35 verse 26 it says, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. Verse 26, it says, and the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad, and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padan Aram. Now remember, Dinah was the only daughter of Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons and he had one daughter. So why didn't it mention Dinah? This is Acts chapter 2. See, these wicked ass women, they don't want to hear this. Especially the ones that claim they know the Bible. They don't want to hear this, man. It's like no, they'll fight against this. Acts chapter 2, verse 29 to 30. It reads, in the New Testament it says, men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his sepulchre is with us unto this day. Verse 30, therefore being a prophet, and knowing that Yahweh Bashmel Shai power have sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, that showed you that cuts that virgin birth, because it says the fruit of his loins. Okay? According to the flesh. That destroys that virgin birth shit. Because it says it right here. Verse 30, therefore being a prophet, and knowing that Yahweh Shemel Shai power has sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, he would raise up Hamashiach to sit on his throne. Well, that's proof that it wasn't no virgin birth, but we just gonna stick to the point. Now, that was Acts chapter 2 and verse 29 and 30. Acts chapter 2 and verse 29 and 30, when it says, men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David. Now, Acts chapter 2 and verse 29, right? It says patriarch right there. Let's go to Acts 7 and 4. The patriarch David. See, that even said the patriarch David. The patriarch Abraham, the patriarch Jacob, the patriarch Isaac. This is Acts chapter 7 and verse 4. It reads. Let me read this one more. Let me get this real quick, Akim. No, Salaki. Okay. Just make sure I get this. Okay. Just bear with me, Akim. Okay, no, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get I want to get Ephesians 3 and 15. Ephesians 3 and 15. Okay. This is Ephesians 3 and 15. Ephesians 3 and 15. This is Ephesians 3 and 15. Okay, this is Ephesians 3 and 15. Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 14. This is Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 14 and 15. It reads, it says, "For this cause I bow my knees unto the Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, whom the whole family," that's a key word, family, "of the whole family in heaven and in earth is named." Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 15, in the conservative version translation, it says, "From whom every patriarchy in heavens and on earth is named." Why didn't it say patriarchy and matriarchy? Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 15, a conservative translation, it says, "From whom every patriarchy in heaven and on earth is named." This is a patriarchal book. And a lot of people, especially a lot of these wicked women, they don't want to hear that, man. They stuck in that feminist way that's like strong, independent, and I could do everything on my own. Anything a man could do, I can do better. No, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. They, Esau sold y'all a lie. This is the online etymology, because we just Google the word patriarchy. We gonna go read the definition patriarch in the online etymology dictionary. Online etymology dictionary, right? Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on a second, Akim. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. Just bear with me. Okay. And all praise, honor, and glory to Yah, Bashim Yahushua, hallelujah. Okay. Okay, so just bear with me, I just want to see what's up real quick. Okay, so this is the online etymology for the word patriarch. Okay, it says patriarch, online etymology. It says late 12th century patriarchy, parenthesis, let me read it again. Patriarch, late 12th century patriarchy, one of the Old Testament fathers, progenitors of the Israelites. Woo! from the old French Patriarchy, parentheses 11th century, and directly from late Latin Patriarcha, from Greek Patriarches, chief or head of a family. Read it one more time. Online etymology dictionary for the word patriarch, late 12th century, patriarche, one of the Old Testament fathers, progenitors of the Israelites, from the Old French patriarcha, parentheses 11th century, and directly from late Latin patriarcha, from Greek patriarches, chief or head of a family. Now I'm gonna have to go to Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23, because that's the spirit right there. The Lord had it to where I bring out this precept, because it said the definition said chief or head of a state. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23, and it reads, Ephesians chapter 5. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23, it reads, it says, I'm going to read verse 22. I'm going to put this up to the camera too, just to show you I'm not making this up. I'm reading it right out the Bible. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23. It says this: wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, verse 23, here's the kicker. For the husband is the head. Didn't we read that was in the online etymology dictionary for the word patriarch? It says chief or head of a family. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 23, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as a Mashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and the righteous men, a great millstone, who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. Let's stay strong, Ike, and let's keep pushing. We almost home. Stay faithful to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Always. Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.